You're listening to Metrotham Uncensored with host Justin Hodgkins. Listen to him ask hard-hitting questions while nerding out with his weekly guest. Metrotham Uncensored starts now.
Welcome, nerds, to Metrotham Uncensored.
Why'd you address them as nerds?
Because nerds is a positive now.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm totally a nerd. That was not subjected to anything. We haven't introduced you yet. You hold off a minute.
Just defending the audience already. So.
All right. Hello, my fellow nerds. This is your host, Justin Hodgkins, the host of Metrotham Uncensored, coming at you with episode 6. Today, I've got a guest that I don't really know that much about, but I do know about her. She's really cool. Really interesting person to talk to. Been looking forward to this one for a while.
Yay.
Everyone, please help introduce Michaela Lee. What's up, Michaela Lee?
Woo, hi.
Hey, so kind of start off the conversation, how did you get involved with Metrotham?
Wow, you don't know?
No.
Oh, alrighty, this is a great story then. I was,
pretty much the first time I heard about you is like when they told me that I was going to be doing the podcast and that you and Lieris were going to pretty much be my replacements for what I'm doing.
Yeah, I just showed up one day.
Really?
Yeah, literally. So
no invitation?
No invitation. I'll say it was guided by fate. No, I was it was a Sunday and like some friends were in town and they didn't know where to go. And they're like, well, we're like, hey, let's go to Southside Social. And so we went there, and then they said, guys, we can't go upstairs. There's some con up there having a meeting. And I was like, a con? Like cosplaying? And they're like, yeah. I was like, I'll be right back, guys. And then I just crashed your meeting and became a part of Metrotham.
Yeah, I think that was one of the meetings I was not at, actually. I would have remembered that.
I just walked right up, and they're like, yeah, talk to Kat. And I was like, hi, I cosplay. Can I join you guys?
Yeah. So how long have you been cosplaying?
Since last year. Last year?
So you're pretty new to this scene? It's okay. I don't know if you know this about me, but year 1 was my first convention. And I worked it.
Metrotham was going to be my first convention.
Oh.
But then COVID.
Yeah. So you actually haven't been to a convention yet.
I went to one if you can count it. It was like really, really small. I didn't know anything about cosplay and nothing about anime. I didn't know how like cosplay and anime went hand in hand, so I didn't know anybody's character when I went. And it was kind of a small and, like, creepishly nerdy one.
Oh, it's one of those ones where you get a lot of creeps.
Or I didn't, like, know how to even talk to the people. Yeah. I don't know. I, like, recognized Spider-Man. I think that was about it.
I totally feel
I met an Ari from League of Legends. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, Ari, League of Legends cosplays are usually really big. And your Ash that I saw, I don't know what style of Ash it was. Like
in person?
Yeah. Like when you were...
Freljord Ash.
Okay, yeah, that was... I knew immediately who you were, but I was like, I don't remember that skin, because I haven't played League
it's like
in like 5 years.
You would have been there when you were on. It's like a really classic skin of hers.
Yeah.
I'd say.
I was just like, I just know it's Ash, but I don't know like what
probably the bow and arrow gave it away.
Yeah.
I've done like 50 plus cosplays, though.
Yeah. What's been your favorite?
I always answered Arcade Misfortune, but now after the Chun-Li cosplay I just did, that could take it.
I haven't seen that one. My favorite that I've seen on Instagram has been your Hinata one.
Hinata's my most insecure cosplay because it's the only character I've never actually like seen in her anime. I felt nervous that I wasn't portraying her right, because that's my number one thing in cosplay is like getting their emotion and mannerisms down. And so that one was like a shot in the dark. I just saw someone else do the cosplay and I thought it was cute.
Just play that emotion when you're doing it. Hinata's a very shy, very to herself character in Naruto.
And then my first attempt, I was like, oh, this is confident Hinata, because there's like 2 out there. And then I like went back once I learned that, and I was like, here's Hinata again.
Yeah. If you want to make people like just go crazy over a picture of Hinata, just do like one where you're doing your fingers like this, because this is like a little thing she does when she's nervous.
Oh, okay, I'll definitely do that.
Yeah. Like right here, and she's just like, you know. She's definitely one of my favorite females in anime, though.
Have you been into anime for a while?
I've been into anime for a very long time.
Okay, see, I just started anime because I got into cosplay through gaming. I've gamed my whole life. And then I saw how hand in hand it's like gaming and cosplay, or and anime go together in cosplay. So I'm trying to learn anime.
All right. I can give some recommendations if you need some good animes to watch.
I can try. I'm just not even much of like a television watcher. If I have free time, I play games.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm on Seven Deadly Sins, and that's been my favorite so far.
Seven Deadly Sins. I have a thing with Seven Deadly Sins. I haven't watched it since season 2 because I don't know if you know what happened when they released season 2. They released season 2 on April Fool's Day.
Wait, which one's season 2? Because I've like just been watching them through on Netflix, and I don't even know if I've like paused to see what season I'm on.
Well, just to let you know, I don't know who Escanor is. I have no earthly clue anything about Escanor,
I don't either.
Who that is. But I think Escanor shows up in like season 3 is what people tell me.
I'm on season 2 then.
But
I heard season 2 is kind of like a gap thing because they just took out like the Holy Knights and got all that stuff, you know.
Well, season 2 is
worked out.
Season 2 is only an episode.
Okay, I'm probably done with season 2 then.
And that's why I stopped watching because they released it on April Fool's Day, and I was just like, great, a new season of Seven Deadly Sins, and I was like watching it, and then I was like watching the circle load up for the next episode, and it was just like, here are other shows you might like, and I'm just like, I just watched episode 1 of season 2. I want to watch the rest.
That's the only season, and
that's the only episode because they released it on April Fool's Day.
That's like a good joke.
On purpose.
That's a good joke, and I'm all for trolling, but it doesn't age very well because then you're really confused why season 2 only has 1 episode for like the entirety of every day that's not April Fool's.
I don't like my emotions being played with either. I was living in Nashville at the time, and I was just like, I was actually looking forward to this all week, you sons of bitches.
I always felt like that way about Black Mirror. They came out with whatever new season. There's only 3.
To watch more Black Mirror.
There's only 3, and that made me sad. It made me want more.
I've only seen the first 2 seasons.
How many seasons are there?
I want to say there's like 5 or something now.
Oh, yeah.
Like, especially since Netflix brought it up, because like when it originally came out, it was just a BBC show.
Yeah, the 5th season's like 3 episodes, though.
Yeah, and my favorite episode so far was the ones that are like, they get the points accumulated by riding the bike and that like little utopian thing.
I thought that was okay.
Like, dude, that was okay. That episode fucking
that was like American
me.
Idol.
Yeah,
right?
It crushed me.
I didn't see it going that direction.
Yeah, because like instead of like the girl that dude spent all of his points on to be a singer, she winds up being a porn actress.
Yeah,
and it's just like, God damn, you're hitting me right in the feels right now.
I didn't like that one that much. I just had no like connection with it. I'm like, oh, got screwed, but okay. And then it just like moves on and it's over.
Yeah.
My least favorite's Crocodile.
Which one's that?
2 people run over a homeless man and then they like spend the rest of the time trying to cover for it, and she ends up like just killing more people, and one of them's an infant, and that's not okay.
Wow.
But I like the hashtag death to the best, the Twitter one. The killer hornet things.
I like that one, and I also really like the one where it's like this chick like wakes up and like white bird. Sorry,
that's a restaurant here. White Bear.
Well,
White Bear. She doesn't know what's going on.
And she doesn't know what's going on. All those people.
I was going to say that's my other favorite one too.
Oh my god, that
White Bear's
episode.
fun.
When you figure
I think I watched it like 3 times.
When you figure out the twist in that episode, you're just like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
That show puts me in a whole ass mood. Like, the only thing that I would say that like depresses me just as much as like watching Black Mirror. Yeah. Especially like, you remember the one where they could like play back memories and shit like that?
I didn't like that one.
Yeah, that one was. There's a lot of episodes that are Black Mirror that are just too much. Like, you just
like
have to...
Archangel with the child. You're like, oh, okay. Wow, parental control and stuff.
Yeah, parental control.
And an Instagram like one where you like your interactions with other people.
Yeah.
That one made me feel kind of good because I was just glad like that wasn't society, because that would be really stressful.
Better be nice to everybody. Yeah.
I want to be nice, but I want to be nice like not so I get like a 5-star rating.
For sure. Ugh. But yeah, I used to work at a restaurant that was like all about the ratings, and it's just like, how about you actually bring in some fresh food and you might get these ratings without trying so goddamn hard. Yeah. But Black Mirror was great. I was hooked on Black Mirror from the first episode. Like the first episode with like the politician and that dude.
That's not the first one. I think I found it like when it was 3 seasons in, so I just kind of like clicked which one I liked the best, and that one was not the first one I watched.
Yeah.
That one was wild, though.
Yeah, I got into it because I had a group of friends who were aspiring actors, and now like they do like screenplays and stuff like that. Very busy people.
I'm that.
Huh?
That's the main thing I do.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like, they do, like,
was asking
plays.
if you knew that. Oh, like,
Yeah.
theatrical.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I never did that. I would be terrible.
Yeah, and, like, one of, like, our favorite things to do when we would get together, because, like, one of those people was, like, actually my first roommate. I moved in with him, and all we would do is just pretty much smoke weed and watch anime on our off days. And, like, to help him with his acting and stuff, we would, like, open up comics, and we would choose different characters to read out loud and stuff like that. So that was a lot of fun. Like, do you have, like, any, like, exercises you do or anything like that for the stuff that you do on screen?
Mm-mm.
And also, what is it that you necessarily do, like, on screen? Are you like an actress, or
What I like official title be actress, cosplayer, model, in that order.
actress, cosplayer, model? Okay.
I like emotions and acting, so I don't like commercial work as much. I'll still do it. That's like what pays a ton is commercial work. But yeah, I like TV and like feature films, maybe short films. I just don't feel like they go a ton of places. So yeah, movies and TV shows.
How long have you been doing that?
Since last year.
Since last year? So you've been doing cosplay, actress work, all
2019, yeah. Technically 2017, because I did something with Billy Blanks and his workout stuff.
All right.
It was on national television as an infomercial, and then I was in his 4 workout CDs that came out.
Oh, nice.
That was cool. One of my patrons on my Patreon actually messaged me and was like, oh my gosh, I saw on your Instagram profile you were a part of Billy Blank's workout stuff. He's like, I trained so much to that when I was going in the military. I can't believe I found you as a cosplayer and like connected that.
Yeah, for sure. So, like, what got you into that? Like, what got you into, like, that line of work, like being an actress and doing cosplay and stuff like that? Like, what made you decide to do it?
Well, soccer was like my number one love and the only thing I've probably ever been like passionate about in life. I like a lot of other stuff, but I love soccer so much. And I did that for 15 years, but I've had 5 concussions, so I had to stop. And then I was like I had like 12 scholarship offers to play in college. And I picked my college based off the soccer, found out I couldn't do it, and then just majored in business management with a concentration in entrepreneurship. And I was the regional operations manager of a healthcare company for 2 years right out of college. And while I was doing that, I couldn't play soccer, so I was just huge into fitness, like lifting, got a basic trainer certification. I was just really fit. And then I always thought it would be cool if, like, friends were hanging out and we were like, let's watch a show. And then you turn it on and I'm just randomly in it. Yeah. So it's kind of out of a troll mentality. I knew one friend in acting and I was like, where do you even find this stuff? She gave me one platform, like, website. And I said, okay, I'm going to join it. She's like, well, don't be, like, too sad because it's, like, really hard to hear back from anything on that platform, and I had no experience. And I was like, oh wait, so the only experience I have is I'm really fit. So I only submitted for one thing. It was Billy Blank's fitness infomercial. It was in Nashville, which is where I was living, and out of 450 people I somehow got it, and that was huge on the resume. And I also really, really liked it. That kind of just sat there for a while I did like college and finish, but I was doing stuff on the side just for fun. But it was going so well that when I was at my corporate job, I just told myself I'm going to try this for a year because I have to go all in on things and not really like a half and half. I said I would regret not going all in trying to act. And then as I started acting, one of the first things I did was a hip hop music video. And they said, dress however you want to dress. And it was when the KDA skins just came out in League of Legends. Okay. And I was like, Akali looks sweet. I want to dress like her. And the director's like, okay, sure, she looks cool. So I dressed as Akali. And then over the Instagram that I had just made last year, a photographer messaged me and said, hey, do you want to like collab? I can shoot your Akali cosplay. I didn't even know what cosplay was. I did Google it. And then I said, yeah, I'll do it. And then that's how I found cosplay. Because once I shot once in it, I loved it.
Cosplay before you even knew what cosplay was.
Yeah, I just want to dress like Akali.
That's crazy. But yeah, it's like weird because I think the reason like why me and you like we have like such interesting conversation whenever we're together is like we're both like really new to the con scene and everything like that, and we're both just like sometimes like what the fuck is going on?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah. Nope.
So yeah, things like that.
That's my Instagram bio. What? And people message me and they're like, you know what you're doing, because my bio has been since I started my Instagram last year. I don't know what I'm doing, but that's what keeps it interesting. Haha.
Oh, that should be like the slogan for this fucking show. Yeah.
But then people see like, oh, you have 136,000 followers on Instagram and you're successful. You know what you're doing. And I'm like, oh no, you don't get it. I don't know what I'm doing, but I know how to do it.
Also, like, you take people's phones and subscribe them to your Instagram.
What?
Yeah, you did that to me.
I don't remember that. I don't remember that. When was that?
That was when we were all at Southside. And I first talked to you and Lieris about being on Metrotham Uncensored. But yeah, it was a fun night. Don't get us wrong. I'm still mad that we never got to play air hockey. But
that wasn't at Southside. That was at
CBC. That's right.
CBC. That's why it was throwing me off, because I was like, Southside. I'm usually good at remembering this stuff. Okay, CBC. Yeah, you wouldn't have wanted to play air hockey.
Yeah, you demolished Lieris. I saw that.
It was 7-0.
Yeah, you were Starfire and she was Raven.
Yeah, but then we had the rematch and it was 7-1. Yeah. And the 1 was my own goal. I'm pretty sure. I don't know why. I just found out I have a killer left hand when it comes to air hockey. I'm not even left-handed. Like,
air hockey is like one of the only like bar games that I'm really good at, and I don't know why, because it's not like I'm thinking about it at all.
Yeah,
I'm just like,
okay, we'll have to play then.
Please don't go in.
I was average. I played with my right hand. I played against someone that was really good. Now I don't like losing, so it's like I need a new approach. You know what?
Does he my left?
I'm just gonna go left-handed. Yeah, but I think some people don't care that much.
Some people are a little masochistic about it.
I'm like, yeah, I'm more like it drives me, so I can't lose.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I was always like, I played football in high school. Like, I played football for...
What position?
I was offensive and defensive line.
My brother played football.
Sometimes tight end, sometimes a linebacker. I was believe it or not, I was one of the smallest of the linemen on my team and everything like that. So it just made it to where I could move quicker and like sidestep faster and get below people and use the leverage. But yeah, I'm 6'3", and I was 6'3", and at my heaviest on the football team, I was 245 pounds.
And that wasn't big?
No.
6'3"?
No. Like, I was...
In high school?
Like, not just that, but just my weight, too.
I was, like, taller than... Oh, no, that's middle school. I was taller than, like, most of the guys in middle school.
Yeah.
But I guess they did grow some in high school.
But, yeah, like, literally when people were looking at me, they were just like, yeah, you're too small to be a lineman in, like, college football and stuff like that.
I get that.
Not just, like not, like, in just size, but in weight, too. Like, there were people on the team who were, like, 3 inches shorter than me, but they weighed 275 pounds. And you want that when you're on a defensive line. You can gain weight if you wanted to. I didn't want to. Like, that was the thing. I didn't want to be, like... I was already fat enough back in high school.
But you could gain muscle. I don't know. One time when I was just, like, doing my personal trainer stuff, I was like, what if I just tried to get, like, thick? Just see how much I can... like how much weight I can gain. And I think I went from like 130 to 155 just from working out a ton.
Really?
I have pictures of it because I just wanted to see how far I could push my body from like what I was learning. And yeah, I was so strong then. Now not as much.
I was actually...
So that's like not my goal, but...
Weightlifting wise, I was in the 900 pound club. It's like when they take 3 of your maxes.
Your bench, your squat, and your deadlift.
Mm-hmm. I was in the 900, and I was on track to be in the 1,000, but I hurt myself both my last years of high school.
Were you trying to max out during it?
No.
I think that stuff's dangerous. Because if you're in high school trying to like max out.
We had a really good coach. Like
my brother hurt himself doing that. Just like how much they have to lift when they're in high school.
Like we had like like before we even started working out, we had to like stretch for 10 minutes, and then like after workouts was done, we had to stretch for 20.
Oh wow.
Stuff like that.
I like don't stretch.
Ice baths.
I remember
they had like
those.
these little rides that like, you know, you...
Oh, I have that beside my bed.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
you
I have restless leg syndrome, though, so I like need that every night.
Oh, me too. I don't know. I'm surprised that they haven't bitched you out as much as they bitched me out about legs. Because
I've been trying to not right now, or else I'm like, I know you do it too, so we just be sitting here like shaking everything.
like, what's going on in there?
I have such a problem that's like sleeping because of it. I do like 50 squats, 50 calf raises every night before bed.
Yeah, I don't really have a good sleeping schedule. I just sleep when I'm exhausted. I'm one of those type of people.
Sometimes I'm like that, but then my legs, it's only my calf muscles that are the restless part. I can't imagine it being like also my quads. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, I don't... Ugh, yeah,
I have restless leg cream that I rub on it before
Really?
night.
They make that?
It doesn't work that well.
Yeah.
I think I have like massage oil, like relaxation that works better.
Like, yeah,
But
you
nothing
probably...
works better than doing calf raises and squats.
Yeah, the one thing that like really helps me, sadly, is illegal in the state of Georgia and Tennessee, so...
Oh, I haven't tried that for restless legs. Alcohol helps, though.
Yeah.
But it's not like I want to drink alcohol every night for my restless legs.
Yeah. I'm one of those people that, like, I came from, like, a long line of alcoholics and stuff like that, so there are strict rules that I put myself to not be an alcoholic. Like, one thing that I couldn't do that to treat my life, I don't drink alone. Like, never once have I ever drinking alone. It's just one of the rules that I set for myself early on.
Yeah, I get that. I'm trying to think. I don't know. I maybe have once. But it was like if I know someone else is coming over later or something. Or sometimes, like now, I just started liking wine this year. And so sometimes I'm like, I'll just have like wine and watch TV and get pizza.
Like wine is like being Emmy's thing. Like I finally have a friend.
I just got a wine advent.
What?
Wine advent from Aldi today. Like the 25 days of Christmas, it gives you a different little sampling of wine every day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you open it and then you get one every day.
That's amazing.
That and one for chocolate.
Oh, we're going to be best friends if you like chocolate just as much as I do. Like chocolate.
I like it a lot. I try not to have too much of it. But.
Chocolate and milkshakes, those are like my two weaknesses when it comes to like snacks. Like I've totally been not able to sleep and just driven to McDonald's at 3 o'clock in the morning to get a chocolate milkshake.
See, I do that, but it's Uber eating. Like an Uber Eat fiend.
Yeah.
COVID started it.
I did that once when I lived in Nashville. Like one time I was just too lazy to pick up some Chinese food, and then I looked at my receipt and what would have costed me like
I know,
$5.
but it's like something about someone bringing food to your door. It makes me so happy.
Makes you feel like royalty.
And
right?
then I'm usually like Friday night I am drinking and playing video games. That is just what I'm doing.
So you like League?
Yeah.
Do you like any other games right now?
I mean, I Twitch stream. I've been streaming Among Us, League of Legends, Valorant just came out. It's also Riot Games, Halo 3.
They still do Halo 3?
Yeah, it's like the best one.
Oh, really?
I just did a Cortana cosplay.
What? Do you have pictures of that?
Yeah, but they're not edited yet.
Okay.
It's like just me in the suit with the hair and just like my actual face. My graphic designer's working on it right now to make me holographic.
Oh, that's nice. That's going to be great.
I even stood like this. I don't even know what it's for. Some random circle I had on the ground, but it looks like a platform, so he can make me like shoot out like a hologram.
Like a hologram.
Yeah, I did full body and like 3/4 and face. I'm excited.
I was working on costumes because I was going to get into it before COVID hit. But yeah, that stuff costs a lot of money.
Doesn't have to.
Some of the costumes that I've looked at, just simple designs for like who I want to do.
Like who?
I want to do Kakashi Sensei from
These are anime people, right?
Naruto. Yeah, it's the dude from Naruto with the mask on always. In fact, yeah, wait a second.
No, I'm going to look it up because I'm going to show you how to make it less expensive.
This guy.
If you saw my outfits or anything, like...
Yeah, this guy.
My stuff is... I don't know, bargain.
This is my favorite character from
I have this.
Naruto. Yeah.
If you need it. The first time I did it, I was with my Hanada. I did it the opposite way.
The thing that's like going to make it expensive, from what I've seen, is getting
color contact.
Getting a color contact.
Getting a color contact is expensive. Yeah. Getting red color contacts, that's $20.
Well, no, it's not red. It has the shouting gun.
So, what is the purpose of your cosplay? To wear it around to cons?
Yeah.
Okay, because if you're just doing pictures, you can easily add that. Yeah. Like, my Hanada cosplay was just regular contacts, and I just went to retouch, like, blemish removal, or usually removes blemishes. I just removed my pupil with blemish removal in an editing thing.
Okay, you're talking about the contacts, all right? You're not talking about your actual eye. I was like...
No, just the pupils, because she doesn't have that as much. I don't know. You could, you could kind of make some of the shorts are not expensive at all. I got them for like $20.
Oh, no, they're like long johns almost.
Yeah.
In the show.
I mean, Hanada has very similar ones.
Yeah, they all wear like...
If you need this, I have it.
Yeah, I've heard
kunai?
Yeah, I have a kunai. I just need to get a fake kunai.
You can have my fake one. It's Jet's, which looks the exact same. You know Jet from Valorant? It's a handmade kunai.
Valorant, it's that League game that's
Riot.
On the Switch.
It's Riot. It's on PC.
Yeah.
You could totally make this for not super expensive.
Yeah, so this is the first guy I want.
The hair looks hard.
Yeah, the wig is what I would say.
The wig, because you can't get around that. It's not like you're going to put hairspray in your own wig.
Yeah, I'm also not gonna dye my hair white because that's not a good look for a dude who's in his 20s.
Why?
I'm too young to be going white fox.
I know, but Bond in Seven Deadly Sins. Mm-hmm. Oh, he pulls it off so well.
Anime crushes, aren't they the best?
I've never had one, I guess, but
I've had too many. We won't get into it.
I'm trying. Okay, me watching Seven Deadly Sins, I'm I get why people kind of are obsessed with their favorite anime cosplay, because they're that's my favorite Hanada. Oh my gosh, why they freak out? Because I looked hashtag Bond cosplay on Instagram, and I looked through all of them, and I was I don't like any of these. But then I looked at a picture of Bond, and I was oh, but he's not even good looking. It's the attitude.
Yeah, it's totally the
it's the attitude.
Most anime characters. The other one I want to do is Roy Mustang from Full Metal Alchemist. His is very simple. He just
I know that anime. I'm better
he just has these gloves and pretty much a blue Reich outfit, military outfit. So he'd be simple. It's just spending that money to not get any claim for it.
Oh, I just did a free look because I had everything. I don't know the character. I'm gonna butcher this name, but maybe you know it. Shion.
What's it from?
Shozazaki.
What show?
Shion. She has green hair. Shion?
I don't think I'm familiar.
Shozazaki?
I don't watch all the animes.
Well, I had all the clothes already, and the hair was from my Soraka cosplay, so it's just totally... I always feel so cool when I make a cosplay and it looks good, and I didn't pay anything for it because it was a closet cosplay.
That too, and it's just right now, while I'm trying to find a place because nobody is moving in anybody right now, pretty much in Chattanooga. I've tried 6 different places, but I'm living with my parents, and yeah.
Is that fun?
No.
So your parents are in Chattanooga?
Huh?
Your parents are in Chattanooga?
Ringgold, actually.
That's close.
Yeah, Ringgold is
I've been in Chattanooga for a year.
Oh, you have? Where are you from?
I'll just say we have a major life change last year is the theme. Nashville.
So you are from Nashville?
Yeah.
What part of Nashville?
Franklin.
I lived in Brentwood for a little bit.
Oh, I went to high school in Brentwood, and then I went to college in Nashville.
Mm-hmm. Any fun stories from Nashville? Why did you move from Nashville to Chattanooga?
I need to be closer to Atlanta for acting.
Oh.
And Nashville just got so big.
Yeah, Nashville...
It's okay, bye.
It got so big and so expensive.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Even when I was staying there, my apartment was $1,200 a month.
Yeah,
it's so sad.
My 2-bedroom apartment in Brentwood was $1,050 a month, and around here you can get a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house for what you would pay for apartments in Nashville. I've seen them. It's ridiculous, just the price of living compared to Chattanooga to Nashville or Atlanta. Atlanta, I've heard is... I actually haven't been to Atlanta in a very long time.
I'm going tomorrow.
Oh, really?
Yeah, now that you're talking about it. My main stuff locally is Nashville, Knoxville, Atlanta. Atlanta has been kind of dead right now because COVID. It just hasn't really recovered as fast as like Knoxville has. I didn't think I'd be going to Knoxville as much.
Well,
as
Knoxville just doesn't care. They're just like one of those cities.
Yeah, but like it's still going on. Like there's a lot of corporate commercial stuff there, and it's still going. Same with Nashville. Atlanta just kind of like died out as far as work and film.
Oh, right.
They just haven't been able to like recover from it much.
Yeah, I was actually interviewing. Christopher with the Con.
He was the oh yeah.
He's our Nightwing and Joker and stuff. He like that.
I don't know. He just proposed to Ariel?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I know her.
Yeah,
that's so
I'm actually
cute.
interviewing her tomorrow. Yeah.
Oh.
I have a busy week this week. That's why.
This week? It's Friday tomorrow.
Yeah, no, I've interviewed 3 people before you.
Oh, you've had a busy week.
Yeah, I've had a busy week, and I have tomorrow, and then I have someone Saturday, and then I'm giving myself Sunday off. I'm just like, I need to not talk to people for like all day Sunday. Just to kind of.
Are you introverted, would you say? Or extroverted?
It's weird. Like, it's like a weird thing. Like, I suffer from mental illness.
What?
Bipolar. And,
you do?
Yeah.
Oh, let's talk about this stuff.
Yeah, I suffer from bipolar, and I suffer from depression and anxiety. And I have, like, my entire life, pretty much. Like, my dad's type 1 bipolar. And so, yeah. But luckily, I have friends who don't let me be introverted, because if no one were there to, like, kind of push me to talk to people and everything like that, like, just talking to new people, especially females for some reason, like a year ago, I couldn't do it. Like, it didn't matter if there was interest or not. In those levels, it's just for some reason when you're really introverted.
I'm more introverted, so that's why I'm asking. Because like I can do such extroverted stuff where people wouldn't think it, but then I'm like, yeah, but you don't see like me sitting alone for 4 hours when I'm home because I have to. Yeah,
like I definitely feel that, where you just need like
the refuel of being alone is what set me off. Like, as like I'm probably introverted.
I'm an only child, and I was raised like 9 or 10 hours away from my like nearest family, so it was just me and my parents. So yeah, I just like grew up. But
I have a younger brother,
but you know Brian, right? Brian, he has Lily. He has his little baby Lily. He was here. He's been on the show.
Yeah.
I have been friends with that kid since, well, that guy, now that he's actually a dad. I've actually been friends with him for over 20 years.
Oh, wow, that's so cool.
Friend.
What?
Yeah. Like, his family.
How old are you?
I'm 28.
So for instance, we
met when I was 7 and he was 5.
Aww.
Yeah. Like, he actually started a year earlier than what people are, and I got held back in the 1st grade, and I moved to Ringgold.
I was younger for my year.
Yeah, and I moved to Ringgold, and literally, like, I was the kid sitting alone at recess because I didn't have any friends, and Brian just ran up, like, hey, you want to play tag?
Aww.
20 years later.
Aww.
Yeah.
That's how I made a lot of my friends, if I'm saying I'm on Brian's side. I had to do for work like a strength quest or something where it showed your top 5 strengths. I think like number 3 for mine was includer. Like if I see anyone that's like out, I feel like I felt that when I was in middle school. So I hate it for other people. So I just go like make sure they're okay. And that's how I've made most of my like best friends that I have now.
Yeah, like when you first started out and like you were kind of quiet at first and everything like that, and everybody's just like, yeah, I don't know if like Mika's into this. So I was like, dude, I was just as quiet, if not more, when I first started doing this shit. Just
doing what? Like Metrotham?
Just like Metrotham, meeting everyone, talking to people. And now, like, don't get me wrong, I still have like anxiety attacks over it in my head, especially when I'm talking to new people. I'm like, yeah, it's really nice to meet you, man.
Yeah.
And stuff like that, but I don't know, like, for a long time, I didn't really have any confidence in myself, and
I'll just say, like, I have a panic disorder, too.
Oh, really?
So that's why I'm like, yeah, cool, like, not judging, just like, what's your experience?
Yeah.
Mine's from a bad head injury, so, like, I literally have, like, a physical panic disorder where I have panic attacks all the time.
Oh, what happened, if you don't mind me asking?
Bad concussion. I've had 5, but only one of them was, like, bad enough that I couldn't remember my friends' names. I couldn't even catch a ball when someone threw it to me. My reaction time was so like slow.
I wrestled. I
just had to redo freshman year, but it's all better now. I just had to do like 60 sessions of neurofeedback.
I wrestled for 4 weeks, and on my 4th week, an alumni came in, and he didn't know, like, I had never, like, wrestled before, like, these 4 weeks. Basically, wrestling was just a way for me to keep in shape for the football season. That's the only reason I was doing it. And an alumni came in, he didn't know how new I was, and he didn't know that I didn't know how to fall and, like, how to do stuff like this. Oh my
gosh, that's like me. I'm into rock climbing now, and I'm like, that's like me in rock climbing.
We have another story.
My friends are like, keep climbing, it's okay if you fall. I'm like, I don't know how to fall. Yeah. I fell on a volume and, like, completely bruised my butt for like a month. It just wouldn't go away. It was so bad. I was like, I told you I don't know how to fall. They're like, oh.
You sure it wasn't the hip-hop music videos?
No, I've only done one of those in KDA Collie, which she has a cool mask. It's like,
yeah,
before COVID was cool.
But basically, me and him were wrestling, and we were in the standing position, and like I tried to like throw him, but he got under me and basically threw me like on top of my head. All my body weight went to like directly to my head and to my neck. I don't remember anything from that practice afterwards, but they said that I just like shot up. Like they said, like I immediately went down, shot up, and I was just like, whoa, whoa. And my buddy like came up to me, he's like, dude, are you okay?
Oh my gosh, you don't remember that?
And like I
hadn't had much blackout concussions.
And apparently I just like grabbed him. I was like, where the fuck are my shoes, dude? Where the fuck are my shoes? And they're like, what are you, they're like, you're wearing them. I'm like, no, they were right there. And I'm like, the entire time.
Oh my gosh, that's weird.
The entire time I'm not taking an air because, you know, I have the wind taken out of me. So I'm slowly like losing my voice. And they say, I'm just like, I put him right there. And I just right on the floor, like passed out. And they were just like, well, he's done for today. And so like they called my mom, and like I woke up in my bedroom the next day. And when my mom walked into the room, I had no idea who my mom was. Like, I had no idea who my own mother was, or my dad.
The next day. That's scary.
Yeah.
That's scary.
And because I was just like, who the fuck are you? When my mom walked in the door, and my mom was like, yo. And I was just like, dude, what are you doing in my room? Like, stuff like that, pretty much. And they were just like, well, we're going to go get you a CT scan right now.
Did you show anything?
I had a 3rd grade concussion.
Huh. I've never, like, had something, like, actually show.
And I couldn't do anything physical for like a month just because.
No, I couldn't do anything physical for 2 months. I couldn't do anything mental for a month.
And also, like, it was like all my doctor's thing that like if I said something that wasn't like usually something I've said, then let it go, because I really can't control what I said at that point. For like
irritation is like. Well, one of the number one symptoms for some reason.
Well, dude, I show up to school the next day and I literally have like the hospital band on.
Why were you at school the next day?
Because they were just like, I don't know.
Oh man, really like walking in the school hallway, like the lights and the people like walking by me. I felt like I was in the middle of an interstate.
I literally had.
I couldn't even find my class a month after my concussion.
couldn't
find my class.
I had sunglasses and I had like little earmuffs.
Why would you be there?
And so.
Why would you? That's crazy.
I walk into my first period, just to let you know about my first period teacher of the month. She was the biggest bitch of a teacher I've ever fucking had. She got mad at me at the beginning of the year because I missed a week and a half of school because, you know, instead of going to school, I was watching my uncle die of cancer. And like she gave me shit about that all year. And I walk in, hospital band around my fucking hand. And she was like,
I'm blown away you're allowed to be there. I can't get over it.
She's like, why weren't you at school on Friday? And I'm like, I was in the hospital. And then she was just like, why? And like she's like yelling at me
for fun.
And I was just like, I have a really bad concussion.
Why would you be there then?
She's like, I have a really bad concussion. And like she just kept yelling at me, and she started pounding her hand on the fucking table in front of me, like while I have a headache, while I'm concussed. And she was pregnant at the time.
Oh, this hurts my head to listen to.
She was just like, well, you should have been at school anyway. And I slammed my fucking hand on the table and got right in her face. And I was like, listen here, you pregnant fucking bitch.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, I couldn't fucking walk Friday. I was like, sorry, I missed your little test. And I just started walking to the principal's office.
And then you never came back to school for a month, right? Or did you not miss any school with your concussion?
No.
You didn't miss school? I like threw up when I tried to work. I got so nauseous.
Yeah. No, it was weird that they didn't, like...
I don't know how you physically did that. I was out of school for a month. I couldn't even draw a picture without it hurting.
Last time I rock climbed, I free fell 25 feet off a cliff onto rocks. If you were to rub your hand through my head right here, you'd feel all these little bumps from when it was scraping on the side of a cliff when I was falling.
Your body must be resilient. Like, that is... What happened? What was your injury?
I actually didn't break anything.
I know someone that did like 20 feet fall and it was way worse.
But I free fell, like, pretty much what happened is, like, I was just getting into rock climbing. Have you ever been to Boulder Mountain in Lafayette, Georgia?
Is that what it's called? Boulder Mountain? Mm-hmm. No.
It's just like all these boulders that people...
Into like LRC.
Yeah.
And like Rocktown.
I haven't been back. I haven't been back since I was a teenager, since I did what I'm talking about. But,
you're crazy to just be like, I'm gonna climb 25 feet when I know how to rock climb.
Well, I mean, I've been climbing...
I'm still hesitant about tall climbs.
I've been climbing for about 2 months, and also I was in high school, and there were some pretty girls out climbing with us that day, so I felt like I had something to prove, you know? So... like, I'm climbing up this rock, and, like, I'm doing really well. And then
rope climbing?
No.
Bouldering?
Just bouldering. I had no equipment on me, and I was climbing... I was climbing a 50-foot boulder, and I got halfway up and fell. But basically what happened...
Did you fall on the pads?
We didn't have pads.
You guys are idiots. Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, that should be illegal. Yeah. Holy crap.
Yeah, no. And it fucked me up, just to let you know. Like, I literally... like, right here, I have a portion of my muscle that never came back. And stuff like that. But,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, I have, like, 2 days missing from that. I literally woke up, like, 2 days later. Like, I was apparently conscious and, like, talking to people before then, but I just, like, woke up in my bedroom.
I can't believe how bad the blackout is, and then how you can still... because my blackout wasn't that bad, but I could not even... The only thing I could do was kind of watch TV if it was like the dumbest show you've ever seen. If it made me think, I'm like wanting to throw up. For a month, I was in a black hole. No phone, couldn't read, couldn't draw, just laid in bed for like a month. Yeah, I could not do anything else.
I didn't have any of that thing. I just really, my concussions were just like losses of time and stuff like that. And also, like, I felt so sorry for my female friends at the time. Like, I was so bad to be around. Pretty much, because
I'm telling you, irritation is like one of the
not just irritation, but just like anything.
But you were also bipolar, right?
Yeah.
When did that start? That's always been there, right?
You
don't seem bipolar.
It's because of my dad. Like, I grew up around my dad. I know better ways to handle and to like.
Did he get it diagnosed?
Type 1.
Where do you go to get it diagnosed?
I have been pretty much like, I got diagnosed when I was about 13.
I don't have anyone diagnosed in my family, but some tests should be probably done.
Yeah, well, pretty much it's just like I went to at that age you go to like 3 different psychiatrists and they're just like, yeah.
Are you kind of like your dad though? Because for me, literally, there's my dad, my mom. They're polar opposites. I'm like my dad. My brother's a bit like my mom.
That's usually how it is.
But I'm not like my mom at all.
Yeah.
And I don't think I would...
It's weird. I think it's because I'm an only child, but I'm not like personality-wise, I'm not like either of my parents.
My dad and I like think a lot alike, and then it's weird because we oddly have very similar life stories without me like knowing his decision making and all that kind of stuff. I don't know.
Wrong pipe.
Weird.
Huh. Sorry. Wrong pipe, guys. I do not have COVID.
I was about to say. Okay, yeah. Good.
But yeah, pretty much I had known that like I wasn't like regular kids and like regular people since I was about 12, 13. Like what I got diagnosed with back in the day, which isn't a diagnosis anymore, was bipolar with conflicting personality.
Isn't bipolar just a switch between depression and manic?
Some versions of it. Like, bipolar is this thing that, like, it just covers, like, a wide variety of, like,
I bet it does, because I've seen it in other people very differently, like, where they change within... I talked to you, like, an hour ago, now you're a different person. And then ones that are, like, kind of like weeks of depression, then you go through, like, a little bit of, like, mania type thing for a while. Or, like, even more tame than that.
And you said yours is just from an injury, right?
My panic disorder is, yeah.
Yeah. Like, what happens?
It's weird. It's not general anxiety, which is the weird thing. Because when I say I have a panic disorder, people are like, oh, wait, how do you act and stuff? Like, how do you get, like, last week I did 10 episodes as a host, which I've not done before, for a music competition, which I don't know music. And they gave me no script, no nothing. I had to go up and, like, banter and talk and just figure it out myself. I was never nervous the whole time. But, like, for some reason, when I climb with a mask on, I've had, like, 3 panic attacks doing that.
Oh, yeah.
Part of it's physical, and it just kind of comes out of nowhere. And then some of it is related emotionally from traumatic events in my past that I know why it's being triggered when it's the mental one. And then physical one, it's just like, hey, what's up? Anxiety. Boom.
What's some of the stuff from your past that can, like, set you off?
3 abusive relationships that I've had. Anything kind of similar to that can set it off. Very few random specific things about some of them.
Yeah, we were talking a little bit about this Monday. About,
just
like,
wild, like everyone, like 6 people talking at the same time.
Yeah. Just,
so
like,
you're like sitting back, like listening to some of it. Yeah.
Just like all shitting on you for like different things you've done in aspects of your relationship. It's like, yo, I do the same shit. Like,
I don't know how anyone could. The only role I played was like nice person that was too loyal.
The only role you did?
Yeah, I was not the mean one there. It was just like, we're gonna shit on you because you didn't leave a clearly abusive relationship. And it's like, have you ever heard someone talk about abuse and abusive relationships? Are you kidding? Do you know things?
They never leave. They never leave.
But you just don't get it. Like, there's been I haven't been in like physically abusive ones much. I feel like they would have gotten there, but they didn't. Like, people get beat up and then the victim apologizes at the end. Like, that much of a mental thing. I haven't been in that, obviously, but a lot of it is like, hey, if I watched it kind of like in my parents growing up, you normalize it, and then it's easier to get in those relationships. So I don't know how.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, my parents weren't picture perfect when it came to me in my childhood. Like, I don't know anything about like you growing up in Nashville or anything like that.
Not many people do.
Yeah. We'll get there.
Yeah. I would tell you, but I wouldn't tell a recorded podcast.
All right. This is conversation for after podcast. I appreciate that.
Post podcast.
Yeah. Hear that? Me and Mika are becoming besties. Yeah. You
seem very non-judgmental.
It's not my place to judge people. Plus, I've made my own mistakes.
Yeah. I don't know.
And also, like, having a mental illness and being surrounded by people who constantly... And not, like... When people say that, you know, like, you shouldn't just forgive mental... Like, you should always forgive mental illness and stuff like that because those people or everything. I don't necessarily agree with that either. I believe you do need to have people around you that hold you accountable to your actions, even...
Yeah.
If you weren't in control of
Depends on the mental illness, too.
Yeah, but I'm just lucky enough to where, like, I literally have friends that, like, they'll come up to me like, hey, man, what's wrong? And I'm like, nothing's wrong. And they'll be like, bullshit, what's wrong?
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. Dustin and Brian are 2 of those friends for me.
Aw.
Like, I said I'm an only child, but I'm literally Brian's daughter's uncle, which I never thought I'd be an uncle. So,
oh, that's sweet.
Yeah. I take my job very seriously, too.
As uncle?
Yeah. I dropped a pretty good amount of money on her first birthday gift, and I thought it was a dope gift.
What was it?
It was like this thing. It like casts like it does like different like noises and stuff, like rainforest, ocean waves, other sound effects. But it also casts like different colored wave effects on the ceiling.
Oh wow! Mm-hmm. I have like a noise machine by my bed.
Yeah.
It buffers out noises, but that's because my roommate's like pretty noisy.
Yeah.
We're all gamers in the house, so he late night plays Call of Duty. And I'm like trying to sleep, and I'm like, no, from the gulags! And I'm like, okay, just sound machine's going on.
The sound machine's going to start playing real quick so I can get some sleep.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Like, I remember, like, I lived pretty much. Everyone called it the trap house when I lived there, pretty much. But it's just
where?
The first time I moved out of my parents was in Ringgold.
So you moved out once.
No, I
moved back in.
No, I moved out once. I moved in with someone else, and then I moved in with my parents for about a month to save up money. Then I moved to Nashville for close to 4 years.
I did that move once when I went to the apartment, and then when I'm going to go into acting. When you go into acting, it's like you have to do a bunch of free stuff first. You can't just be like, I'm going to book movies. Yeah, okay. So I had to stay with them, and I felt so bad.
Yeah.
Felt like $1,200 a month in my apartment for what? I didn't gain anything.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate apartments. I have a house now. I'm like,
oh, you have a house? Nice.
With two roommates.
Two roommates?
It's like, I would rather pay a mortgage than pay, I don't know what. I don't know where my $1,200 is going to just rent it out. It sucks.
At one point, me and my old roommate, the last apartment that I lived in Nashville, we almost got kicked out because we refused to pay our rent because our AC had been out for 2 months.
Oh.
In June and July.
Dang.
Yeah. And it's just like, you're fucking crazy if you think we're giving you a fucking dime until you...
No, then apartments are too close together. You can't make much noise. I went to hang out with Lieris and stuff, and we were kind of loud. Kind of. And the neighbor calls the cops because they're I think they own an apartment. But the neighbor called the cops on us. We had to talk to two police officers for 30 minutes.
Yeah, I need to.
And they were like, we know this is bullshit. And then they're so cool. I think Laris's husband got one of their numbers and was like, you want to chill with us? After you're off.
Dude, Brandon's shit.
They were so chill.
Yeah.
Oh, but no, I can be loud at my house, and it's
oh, dude, that's
who
dope.
cares? We have two huge stereos.
Yeah, out where Brian lives in pretty much double wide in the middle of the woods, on the outskirts of Ringgold. So we get to be especially when Lily's not there, we get to be as loud as we want to be. And it's fucking awesome, especially because I finally regained my outdoor voice. But when I moved to Nashville and I was just living in apartments, I just learned to talk quieter. Pretty much.
I'm more of a quiet talker. I have to learn. Some people, one of my roommates, he's just a loud talker. The one I got the noise machine for. I can hear him talking anywhere in the house. I can hear him eating anywhere in the house.
Whoa, that's
I can hear him anywhere on the same floor, I guess. I'll literally be like, Ben, why are you chewing on your fork? So I'll be like that on the fork, and he's like, fine, I'm going upstairs. he's a super cool person, but he grew up where he said once, he's like, anywhere my family was in the house, you always knew what they were doing. Walking down the stairs, playing music loud, and just walking around, eating loud, baking loud. And I'm the opposite. I'm close doors, really quiet. I think I've scared him. I think I've scared him 20 times since we've been living in the same place. It's oh my gosh, you snuck up on me. I'm no, I'm just not loud. I'm just walking around and it doesn't make much noise.
I mean, yeah, especially for my size, I'm a very quiet person too. I scared the shit out of you when you first got here. Yeah. But and that's never intentional unless I actually make a noise effect. My favorite thing to do to Emmy right now, especially if we're doing public shit. I'll while she's talking to someone else, I'll wait for them to get done with the conversation and for her to start walking away, and I'll get right in her ear, and I'll just be and just stuff like that. But yeah, I'm the guy that likes scaring people, but I know when not to. I know there's a time and a place, pretty much. But yeah, I'm totally the guy that will fucking sneak up behind you and scare the shit out of you. Just because.
I haven't known any of those people before. Mm-hmm. So I can't even say if I'm jumpy or not.
We'll find out.
I guess kind of. If I actually make a noise, I'm not that scared. If I make no noise, I'm terrified. That's what I found about myself. If I go, then there was nothing about me that was scared because it was external.
Yeah. Okay, so you weren't that scared. When
no. It was just automatically did it. But if I would have been and it just, that's internal panic and fear. When I make no noise, it's all internalized.
Yeah. To talk a little bit about what I'm trying to do through this stuff and everything like that. I'm actually trying to be a stand-up comedian.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's...
Oh, I was just at JJ's Bohemia.
Yeah, nobody's doing open mic.
But they did open mic. I was there.
Where the fuck were you?
JJ Bohemia.
Where?
What do you mean? It's right next to Coin Op? Right next to Barley? I was just there. It was open mic. You could just come up and just say, I want to do it.
All right,
and go.
I need to do that then. But yeah, pretty much like that's always been like one of my main things that I'm
good at
really
watching
nerdy
stand-up
about.
comedy.
Do you like stand-up?
Yeah, I love it.
Who are some of your favorites right now?
Oh, I don't know. I watched Last Comic Standing.
Oh, dude, Last Comic Standing used to be the shit.
I love it.
Comedy Central presents.
I haven't seen that. No, I just watched Last Comic Standing. I loved it, and then the person I liked a lot in that, Zanies is the huge place in Nashville.
Yeah.
I mean, I lived right.
I never had the courage to do
lived
open
there.
mics or anything
So
in Nashville.
I went to Zanies and watched.
This has been like the last 2 years type deal for me. He's like, you know what? I like this enough. I write enough. It's just like, I'm going to fucking do this. And then Corona happened.
Well, they just did an open mic night. I went to one at Barley before Corona. Right when it was starting. And then I went to one at JJ Bohemia or whatever. That was just last Thursday. They were doing it Thursday and Friday.
What time do you have to be out of here?
Oh. Soon?
Yeah,
so that roommate I was talking about is actually Chad. It's a great job opportunity. He wants to be a cook, to become a sous chef. He was working at Stir, and he's moving for 6 months to see if he likes it or not, but to a new restaurant to train to become a sous chef or something. Nice. So we're doing a trivia night with him. Oh,
okay. Yeah. But I said, this, we'll have to do another one between me and you that goes on as long as it goes. The only reason I rescheduled, I didn't know you had something to do today, which I
I just figured that out.
Assumed, yeah.
I just figured. I was like, we're going to that because I was like, you guys want to do trivia night? And they're like, I don't know, I'm working late. I don't know this, and I'm like, okay, cool, guess not. And then at 6, they're like, let's do trivia night. I've got a table reserved. I'm like, what? Okay, all right. But it did help me reschedule because I did those 3 auditions, self tapes.
Yeah, it was nice. Well, I just had to pretty much wait around the house to get a ride pretty much here.
You don't have a car?
I have a car payment, but not a car.
What do you mean?
My car just shit itself, and I have 3 more years of payments on it. Yeah.
Wait, what do you do for work?
I'm in between jobs right now. My contract
not in
Amazon.
Corona.
Yeah. My contract ended at Amazon, and so I've just been I'm probably about to start serving at a restaurant that I used to serve at, and then I have a possibility in about a month to be making good money to where I can also do this too. Mm-hmm. Because that's the thing with most factory jobs around here. Some of them you could be working 80-hour weeks, and I hate stuff.
I hate stuff like that. That's why I'm glad I'm not on 9 to 5.
I can't be a host and I can't be a head of Metrotham if I'm working 80-hour weeks and shit like that. And this is where I'm putting all my passion, pretty much, because I enjoy doing it and I enjoy the people I get to meet, like you.
Yay!
Yeah.
I'm glad I randomly walked into Southside Social that day.
Yeah, it was great.
Maybe you guys would have found me on social media
because
I hashtag Chattanooga, Tennessee often.
me and Emmy were kind of hurt about it a little bit, when I left, just because I don't know if you know what happened with me and Emmy when we started becoming co-hosts.
I have no idea.
Pretty much Brian and Dustin, they do Metrotham Tonight,
yes.
And we do Metrotham Live. I will help you guys out in some future episodes. I just haven't.
Dustin's there.
Yeah, Dustin's there too.
He pops in.
Yeah, but I'm going to be on the camera too, just because I don't know if you noticed about us, but me and Emmy are best friends. We became best friends on the show. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, literally.
That's probably Lyris and I guess.
Because literally, I did the show 3 or 4 times with Brian and Dustin, and at one of them, Brian and Dustin interviewed Emmy and Sunset Drive.
We should have all 4 on there then.
Yeah.
Because we all obviously all get along, but you're yeah, me and Emmy know each other really well, and I'm Lyris and I vibe really well. Yeah, let's go. I know. I've only known Lyris. She's my first Chattanooga friend.
Yeah.
I've only known her for since I met her at Southside Social. And
literally me and her started hanging out just so that we would have better chemistry on the show, and then it was just yo, you like this? I like this. Yo, you like this too? I also like that. And then especially her and her girlfriend Allie, they're amazing, wonderful people. They're also hilarious to be around. They're so fucking funny.
Yeah, she's usually here. Yeah. Allie is.
Yeah, Allie. Also, found out the other day, Allie's the same fucking age as me.
I found that out today.
Yeah. She was born in 92, like me.
Allie's older than me? By a bit?
Yeah. I'm at least 11 months older than her.
By a bit?
Yeah, I'm
I'm 25.
She was born in December. I was born in January of 92. So yeah. I was born on the 25th. Aquarius, even though I don't believe that shit.
Taurus.
Yeah.
I don't believe in signs stuff, but the people that do believe in signs
are fucking
are correct, though.
A little bit, sometimes.
It's weird.
Yeah.
So one of the judges on Nashville's Next Best that I was a host on looked at one of the other judges and they're like, I think you're a Leo, aren't you? And she's like, yeah, I am a Leo. And like, I had an Uber driver. This is how I know so much about the signs. I had an Uber driver that drove me for 20 minutes and talked to me for 40, like parked in the car for 20 minutes talking to me. And told me all about the signs and how you can be like a water sign or like double water or like double fire, all this stuff. But he literally described all the boyfriends I've like dated in like kind of parts where it didn't work out. I'm like, that's true. And my girlfriend I was with at the time, or not, like girlfriend, you know, whatever. She's a Pisces, and they were like, he's like describing, oh, so like the relationship between a Taurus and Pisces probably looks like this. And I'm like, that is we are that way. Like, he knew his stuff. He was saying the right things, which threw me off. Because I don't believe in it. I'm like, but at the same time, you did just describe a lot of relationships I've had.
Me and Mark want to make a little like YouTube series to where like we go to different palm readers, and pretty much Mark will tell them three facts.
I did a dream last night I went to a palm reader. Mark will tell them. But I deny. Everyone was doing it except for me. I was like, I'm not doing it.
Mark would tell the people 3 facts about me, and I don't say a word the entire time I'm in there. And basically it's just like seeing how correct they can get me pretty much on 3 different facts and me just like not communicating. That was like our idea for like a little YouTube show.
He wanted to do palm readings or tarot cards or something on one of our Metrotham lives, and I was like, that's cool. I'm out. I don't mess with that stuff. Don't read me. Don't do that. No.
Yeah, what is your religious affiliation? Christian?
Non-denominational. Yeah, I'm just like, just don't. Because so my mom wasn't a Christian, like when my dad and her got married. And so she's told me stories about like, I went to a tarot card reader. I went to this and went to that. And it was all like creepishly accurate. And she even like had cast a spell on her teacher once with her friends. Like, break your back, then die. Some casting spell. But they left out the die because they were sweet, I guess. The teacher did break her back the next day. It was out of class. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to just screw her. I'm going to just never mess with any of this. Because once you invite that stuff in, like, I believe that stuff's out there. Like, nope. Where are you getting your powers from, palm reader? Probably not good.
Yeah. I grew up Southern Baptist, but now I live my life as an atheist, pretty much. Yeah.
Why?
It's just something to me to just
Southern Baptist.
Like, especially like with my mental illness, like it does me no good to believe that the voices in my head are angels or demons. They're just my thoughts, pretty much.
They wouldn't be angels or demons.
Yeah, but like some people do believe that. Like I've met people with mental illness.
I'm like, obviously I'm Christian. I would describe myself as street Christian.
Street Christian?
I'm a street Christian.
I've never heard that before.
That is, I'm coining it because I'm like, okay, whatever. I guess Christians are supposed to be like, you're supposed to be lesbian or trans. It's like, I think 90% of my best friends are bi, or like, one of my best friends is trans. Mm-hmm. I love them all. I don't care at all. Because I think that's the way Jesus is. My favorite thing about Jesus is when he came to earth, he hung out with prostitutes, he hung out with tax collectors, he hung out with bad people because he loved them all. It's like there's a difference between loving people and then like, I don't know. Like
he hung out with the party people, pretty much. Yeah.
He hung out with the least of the people. It doesn't like. Yeah. That's not how some people treat it now, and they're like, "Get away! You're going to hell," or "You're." No, people. I remember going to church. Should look like a hospital.
Yeah.
Not like everyone nice sitting there. That's not what God made church for. We should look like broken people in here. That's why I'm a street Christian, because I will approach anyone. Everyone's equal. I don't care.
Get this woman a soapbox. She needs it.
But not in the way you would expect it. I've had a lot of friends that have told me, because a lot of my friends aren't Christian now, because I was in Christian schools, and I was like, oh, okay, I don't even know if I agree with you. I went to Church of Christ college, and I was like, oh, people are telling me I'm going to hell because I wasn't baptized. Yikes. Don't tell anyone ever that you're going. Like, don't. That's God to judge you. But a lot of my friends have said, wow, if you're the first representation I had of Christianity, I think I might actually, like, have looked into it. I've just seen people that are so not like you. Where are the people that are like you?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, thanks. But
that being said, that I am an atheist and everything, some of my closest friends are religious. And
a lot of my closest friends aren't.
Yeah, and, like, we have that respect about each other. Like, we'll have conversations about it all day, but it's never just like, fuck you. No, fuck you.
Yeah, or some people I don't hang around people that aren't Christian. And I get that. Because that is some people's path of, like, they can be around other Christians, but I think that's not mine.
Like, one of my friends from Nashville who I talk to, like, pretty much, like, I try to talk to him, like, once a month, have a phone conversation with him. Huge Christian, plays in, like, not a Christian band, but they're a band that loves him some Jesus is how they describe it and stuff like that. And every time, like, we'll be on the phone for about an hour and a half every time we talk, and at the end of it he's just like, is there anything in your life that I need to pray for?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, that's sweet, but no, you know.
Aw, you could give it a try. It's not like it's gonna hurt.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just like, you know what to pray for. You know me well enough, pretty much.
Pray for your salvation. No. Every time he says no, he's probably writing down salvation.
Pray for Justin to find Christ.
Won't even let me pray for him.
In parentheses, again. Yeah. I mean, I was a very religious person when I was in high school and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, like, I remember the day where
I've always been like, okay, this is so weird because I became a Christian when I was 4, and you would usually be like, you're probably just like a naive 4-year-old. I never believed in Santa. Okay.
Yeah.
I knew what was real and what wasn't.
Oh, dude, I wrote this.
I was like, Jesus, yes, and they're like, Santa. I'm like, you're telling me this boy's coming down through chimneys and this is that? I know some baddies out there. They ain't getting coal. They're not getting coal. Some people in this world will be getting coal. Like, I could differentiate that as a child, and I believed in Jesus. So, just saying.
I let my parents play out the fucking Santa myth until I was like 15. I knew at age 6.
No, at 4, which I agree with my parents in this parenting tip. My mom, I went up to my mom at 4, and I was like, Mom, this seems unrealistic. Is Santa real? And she said, no, he's not. And people would be like, why'd you spoil it for your kids? Because if she's trying to tell me Jesus is real, she can't tell me Santa's real too. You gotta have some trust there.
Yeah, for sure.
And so, but they'd still always, I'd set out the cookies, they'd leave a bite mark in it. Even now, like, even when I used to live in my parents' house at like 18, there'd be a bite mark in the cookies. The milk would kind of be drank a little bit. There's presents from Santa, and then there's some from my parents.
Yeah, my parents do that too, but like, I remember just thinking, like, as a kid, like, as an only child, like, I was a shit kid in some aspects, and just being like, well, if they know that I don't believe in Santa, I won't get as many presents, you know? And so I remember them sitting me down. I'm 15 years old at this point, and I'm still making them think, because, like, the reason why I knew is they got me a new TV.
Yo, if I have a kid, and he's 15, believes in Santa, I'm like, you will be bullied in school. Santa is not real.
Only in the household was I just like, yeah, Santa's the shit.
I know, but the fact that your parents let you believe that.
No, like, I knew at 6 because, like, they got me, like, a new TV, and they left the box for the TV in, like, the shed. And that's how I found out, pretty much, at 6 years old, that Santa was bullshit.
Christmas movies are what do it for me. When the parents are like, Santa's not real, honey, and Santa is real in the movie, and then there's presents under the tree, you're like, excuse me, parents, did you buy that? No. Who did? Why would the parents not believe in Santa?
Yeah.
That made no sense to me when I was watching Christmas movies. And also why the people bullying me in school were not getting coal. He's not real.
Yeah. And also, like, but dude, it was like one of the funniest moments in my house. They literally sat me down at 15. They were pretty much just like, I don't know how you haven't fucking figured this out already.
I'd have that conversation at like 8.
Like, no, I just like kept running with it. I'm like, whatever, you want to buy me more gifts because I believe in this believe in this fake fat guy, whatever, you know. So, and then they told me Santa isn't real, and I was like, yeah, I know. And they're like, no, you didn't. And I was just like, yeah, I fucking knew. I've known since I was 6. And they're like, what? How did you know? How did you find out?
I'd be like, Mom, I haven't ever come home with a black eye. You know I never believed it for this long, because I would be bullied as a child and beaten up.
Yeah, every day.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you believe in Santa?
15?
Ho, ho, ho.
It's like high school.
Yeah.
Like, you're done.
I was going into my freshman year because I got held back a year.
Oh,
and
you'd
they were
be
like,
done.
you can't be in high school and believe in Santa. I was like, don't worry, I fucking don't. You know?
That was like my age when I was going into high school too, just because my birthday's in May. So it's like I could have been the oldest in my grade or the way youngest. So I was the way youngest.
We got 4 minutes.
Oh, but that's when it like.
Do you need to get out of here?
That's when it starts. When trivia starts. At 7.
Do you need to get out of here? All right. We can end it now and say that we'll...
I'll end it now and say that my trivia name is Ugly Faces but Kind Hearts.
Nothing but lies.
Kind Hearts.
But yeah.
That's just like my classic trivia name. If anyone wants to steal it, that's fine.
Thank you so much, Michaela, for doing this. It's finally good to have someone who is just as new to con scenes as I am. Finally, someone who like gets me when I'm just like, what the fuck is going on at this convention and shit like that.
Yeah.
But
like vendor day, I'm like, okay. Or like, do you want to be a vendor? I remember Mark was like, do you want to be a vendor? I was like, what's that mean? He's like, okay, you're not a vendor.
Oh, they had to say so many things to me, just like, what is that? And they're just like, never mind, we'll fill you in later, pretty much stuff like that. So I've had a really good time with Metrotham. I've had a really good time in the con scene, mostly because I get to meet people who are of different opinion, but are cool, just like yourself. So yeah, thank you so much for doing this. Do you have any closing things to say until next time?
I don't know when this will air, but the election's going on. Whatever side you're for,
Nevada.
It's the United States, and we should try to stay united. I know whoever gets in, I'm going to try to support them and support everyone else.
Good news.
Yep.
Good. All right. Till next time, guys. See you later, you nerds. Mwah.
You've been listening to Metrotham Uncensored with host Justin Hodgkins. Subscribe to our podcast and tune in weekly on Apple or Spotify. Live long and prosper.